Hey guys, what's going on? It's recap time. We traded a whole bunch of stuff again today. And I'm really getting into these mini or micro futures on the SPY. I traded some SPY calls as a hedge. I traded some SPY puts. And I traded three stocks: ATIS, MTSI, and BURG. So, first off, again, I have to say this all the time because honestly, I am so grateful for all of you guys. Look at this shit. It is crazy. My sub count is just going nuts. Like, every day I'm gaining 10 to 15 subs here, sometimes more, sometimes less. My biggest one was 77 in a day. That was nuts. I'm finally making money on YouTube. Look at this shit. That's crazy. I even had some comments of people that were like, oh, I'm going to disable ad block so that you get more money because it seems like you're so happy. I truly am happy. Like, this is so cool. I'm officially getting paid by YouTube. And yesterday, Monday, that's $10. Like, oh yeah, sure, like $10. But I just think that's so fucking cool. I don't even know if I can swear on YouTube, but maybe I'll edit that out. Maybe not. Maybe I don't care. Calculator, I don't need a calculator for that. That's like $300 in a month. That's not bad for just rambling every day. I really hope you guys are actually enjoying this content, and it seems like you are. But I'm just having a really good week, and this just added to it. So I want you guys to be along for the ride with me and stuff, and just all the comments you guys leave are so amazing. Keep it up. I don't know. There's so many comments, and I love it. I love all of it. All right, it's time to trade. It's time to talk about trading. So I traded some futures today. We'll get into that stuff. Again, this might be a bit longer of a video because I'm gonna go through a lot of stuff. But let's just get right into it. Let's get right into it. No delays. Let's get into the video here. Let's bring this over. Sorry. Here we go. Here's the video. So BURG was the one that I was watching pre-market. And I was watching it for a dip here towards 276. Now, I got filled for 1,000 shares and it instantly wasn't really working. And then this looked like an opening range breakout, like kind of a wash, and then a squeeze, and then whatever happens after that, I should already be out of the stock. So you can see the momentum's picking up, 290. I tried to get shares out there. I wasn't quick enough. And now I'm already thinking, okay, that was the squeeze. This might be the trap. I don't want to lose money now. I don't know if it's going to keep going up, so it started to go down and down, so I just started selling. Because like I said, let's just watch that one more time. So, market's open. I'm trying to get in. It's holding the 80s here. It looks like, at least. So I'm trying to get in here. I get filled at 76. It drops to the 60s, and then it's bought back up. You can see there's a guy here, 2,000 shares. 10,000 or 1,000 shares, 1,000 shares. There's people stacking on the bid. I know a lot of you guys like examples of level 2 and time and sales and stuff like that. There's a lot of people filling here, and there's a lot of people popping up on the bid. Again, just a very bullish sign. And yes, I can see 5,000 shares here, but 5,000 shares can get bought up just like that. We're looking for a sign of momentum, and propping up on the bid like this is much more momentum than 5,000 shares on the ask. So sure enough, it keeps going. People, look, that just evaporated, that 5,000 shares, and it started moving higher. It started there. Now it pushed over high of day. I keep stopping it, so let's watch that again. It pushes over high of day at 87, and it squeezes out all those shorts that, might be getting nervous or something, and that's where I should have been selling. I was just a microsecond just too slow. I should have been selling on the bid at this point, but I thought maybe it could come back up, and now people are stacking up on the ask. Well, they were at least up in the 80s, and now we're negative, And I sell out of the whole thing because I know that that's a bad sign right there. I can't just hope and hold. These things are really whippy at the open. So that was that. I switched at... Yeah, so I bought... This is where I started trading the futures. So let me just show you the SPY first, and I'll show you what I was doing. So the SPY here, I was looking at it at the open, 930. I was looking for a 288 rejection. Like we can see, 288 is yesterday's after hours low. You can see that clearly 288 is a level. So I was waiting for it to come back up to 288, and then I wanted to short it. And I was using the futures. You know, I want to really start getting into futures and start trading. Now that they have the micro future, it's like the ES Mini, but 1/10 of it. So you put up like, I think $200 or $300, and you have the leverage of like $14,000. I really like that. So it came up here. It came right up to 280. You can see the price over here on the right. It came up towards 288. I started scaling in, and I only got 5 contracts, which I guess is good. We can see here, that's where I started scaling in as it started coming up. My timing was a little bit off, but the plan was there. I had 5 contracts. I was short, and I was just waiting. Now, see, I'm not used to futures, so I should have been holding for this break of the low here, but I was getting a little nervous, and it just, you know, flushed. So I started taking them off a little bit earlier, I think. I took one there. You see, I'm just click trading this. I took 2 off there, which actually I guess isn't terrible. I took another one off there. Oh, I did wait for the low. Okay, so I took another one off there. You know, whatever. These contracts give a pretty good like margin or leverage, because you can already see I'm up $100 on just 5 of them. So I'm selling. I have 2 left. I'm just waiting to see what happens. Now, right around here, at the same time, I just took SPY calls as a hedge. So we're getting a little complicated here, but I wanted to be long the SPY at the same time. So what I did was I took 287.5 calls. So I'll try to make this not confusing. So 287.5 is up here, but this was down here. I was starting to take calls because I did think we would bounce off of the whole number 287. So just remember that. So I'm in the calls right now, and I'm waiting for the full exit on the futures. And I think if we break over this line again, I think we're kind of screwed, and we might start heading up. So I finally, we surge up, we surge down, I take another contract off, and then what do I do with the last one here? I take it as we're moving up, and now I'm in the calls, right? So I'm in the calls. I think I switched to it on this monitor. Yes, so I took 3 of them, a $300 position when they were $1.05, and they're already $1.20. So you can see my entry here on them was $1.03, $1.05 at 940. So right here actually is where I bought them, right before this push. So let's go back. So I'm starting to take them as the SPY is pushing up to the pre-market highs. If we look, so 941, almost 942, I'm taking them. So 941, 942, I'm taking them up here because it just surged straight up back to this 288 level, and I was just starting to take them off. This was a very like short-term scalp, of course. I could have held on to them for longer. So I take them all off right there at an average price of 132. From an entry at 104, that's pretty damn good. And I don't want you guys to get confused by futures and options and all this stuff, because the trade idea was on the SPY. Like, you could have easily just traded SPY stock and it would have been the same thing. So those 2 trades were really good. Now I managed to screw it up. You know, I'm kind of on cloud 9. I'm like trading futures. I'm doing well with them. So I'm kind of an idiot on ATIS, and I'll show you why. So it unhalts. It comes up to 310. It comes back down to 289. I try to get filled. I'm getting filled here. I get filled for 600 shares, and I just hold it. And then, look at that. That just 260, like 30-cent drop. So already I was like, man, like, why did I buy there? And it's starting to come back up, of course. And I'm already just thinking of getting out of the position. I just want to de-risk. You know, I feel like I've already screwed this trade up. So it comes close enough to my entry. Where is it? And I put my shares up there at 290, 289. And I get filled, and I'm all out because I don't like this anymore. This is resistance. And, you know, I just don't want to be a part of it because clearly it did something I didn't think it was going to do. So that trade was done. I do take it again. I let it do what it's going to do. Let's fast forward here. This one was not as good of a trade. This one was an okay idea, but this one was not. Like, it surged up and it made a double top here into resistance, and I'm still buying here. I'm still buying. Let's just fast forward. I haven't gotten in yet. I'm trying to get in. So I'm in for 500 shares at 290, and I already think to myself, like, it just double topped. This is 2 resistance levels. Like, what the hell am I doing? I'm already down on it now, and I'm like, I'm trading a little bit emotional, I think, off the P&L, or like, you know, I just made a bunch of money on futures, so I thought I was like Christ himself. This was not a good trade. I did take smaller size. You know, I knew that it was kind of risky, but it wasn't a good trade idea. So maybe the management was okay. Like, I downsized, but I just shouldn't have been taking this. It was at resistance. It didn't show any confirmation. I don't know why my daily chart's not showing up. And then I'm down. I think I was down $30 on the day at this point. Do I trade anything else in this video? No. Or not? Do I? Do I take it short there? No. So that was that. I was down $30 on the day, and I was ready to call it because we all know my red days are the worst, and they're the reason that I have trouble trading usually, or trading profitably in the past at least. So then I saw Berg. I think it was Berg. No, that was not Berg. Then I saw ATIS. Yes, that was it. So MTSI, sorry. There's a lot of stuff going on today. So at the end of the video there, I was coming up to it, but I didn't think I was going to trade it. I just stopped the video. So it was coming up to $16 here, and I noticed on the daily here, $16 is a massive level. So if I just mark it out for you, 16 bucks, we can see here that it's pivoting around 16 a whole lot. It's like wicking into it. It's coming down. It comes back up. It consolidates. You know, it's, to me, $16 here was a very, very big level. So it was coming up to it, and I normally wouldn't trade a setup like this, but I saw it make a top, and then I saw it make a double top. So that was my confirmation. What was my entry? My entry here on, what stock is this? MTSI. 500 shares at 15.92. So 15.92, I tried to get in as close as I could to that double top and the whole number of 16. And I just wanted to ride it back down to VWAP, to be honest. But 15.50 caught a bid. There was a guy buying, it flashed like 10,000 shares, and the volume on this is pretty low. So that was enough to send this higher. And I missed the exit here if it broke over 1875 or 1880. So I took it right here, and I think that was a good call because this continued higher and higher. So only made 11 bucks on that. That wasn't very good. That's whatever, I guess. Did I show Berg? Was that the first one that I showed? The loss on Berg, I believe. Yeah, I did show that. Okay, so Berg, ATIS. Oh, okay. So I traded. Okay, so at that point I was down, I think $30, $40. And that was the first trade on ATIS I showed you. Okay, so then the second one It reclaimed VWAP. Now, if you guys remember in the past, I'm usually bad at waiting for confirmation. So I waited for confirmation on this one. We closed above VWAP fully. This candle is fully, maybe that little wick, but fully above VWAP. And I thought, okay, this could easily squeeze higher. You know, there's big consolidation right here at 275. I had it marked out at the time. 275. We broke over it. We're forming a hammer candle, like a mini flag right here. So I bought in for 1,000 shares initially, and then I bought in for another 500. So I went full size on this. In retrospect, maybe that was a mistake, but if I had a lost on this trade, I would have been down maybe another $100. So minus about 150 total, and that wouldn't have been too bad. So I don't think 1,500 shares was necessarily a bad idea. So anyways, it breaks out of this flag, and all of these shorts get squeezed out. I'm selling on the way up. I sold, what did I sell here at $3? 500 at $3, 200 at 323. This was high of day, so I was selling up here, and then I sold, or I was buying futures in here, I think. 301. Anyways, so I was selling up here, and then I had a stop on the last one, and that was it. I was done with that, and now I was green on the day. So it shows if you just focus and you don't blow up your account and overtrade and revenge trade when you're red, and you just wait. Like all through this, I just waited like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I just waited for a good setup, and it gave me the opportunity to go back green. Now I could have easily just finished the day red, and I would have been fine with that, but the market gave me more opportunity. So that was when I was a little bit green, and then I traded the futures even more, and now on the futures alone, this is how much I'm up. I was killing it. I traded them again here. Let me show you on the SPY so it makes more sense. So Trump tweeted something about, you know, like he farted, whatever it was, and the market goes crazy. So over 1 million shares bought on each 1 minute candle. I was waiting for the pullback. I had a 288.75 level drawn already. Now this was from a couple days ago when I was trading it, this 275.70 or 288.75. This level was already in here. So I took my first entry as it came down and flushed into that, and then I doubled to full size, which is honestly too much size. I took 20 of the mini contracts, which is the same as 2 regular contracts. So like they designed this thing for you to take less, and I took more. So I need to chill the hell out with the futures, right? Like I'm not as structured and don't have as many rules with it. So I shouldn't be taking more than 10, because that is 1 regular contract. I should be using the fractional component of it. So I added another, so I added to 20 as we came down right in here to the high of day, because I thought if this didn't hold, then maybe this would hold. So I added there, and then I immediately had a stop in for lower. And honestly, the risk was too much. I think it was like I would have lost $250, so I would have been down $100 on the day. So 20 is far too many contracts. So anyways, I was buying in here, and I was selling all the way up here, but I didn't hold for my target, which was high of day, because again, these futures just scare me. I'm not used to them, and I had too much size. And I saw like a massive, like right here, like my break even, like I said, I was adding on the way down. This was 5, this was 5, and then this was 5, so 10. Really, really good entries. Maybe not the first 2, but you know, that's why you work around like an overall plan. So my average was in here. Right here, I was up like $300 or 200, and I was like, holy shit, like that was quick. So I just start selling on the way up, and I don't think that was the right plan. Like I was selling, how many? Like 2 at a time, like 5, and then 2. Like I was just selling in increments, and I shouldn't be doing that. Like this is selling early, but it's kind of back to basics for me with futures. I have to really start to understand, you know, just getting good entries, getting good exits, not selling it early, letting your winners run. I'm getting used to it, and I will get it. I will get it. Don't worry. In any case, I did hold 1 for my target at least, so this will get better in time. So that's really it. I traded really well today. I have a lot of green up here. I'll show you. I don't want to show you my account balance again. I did that by accident yesterday. Not that it really matters. I don't know. So I'll just try and drag this down here if you can see it without my account balance in there. So that's what we traded today. Did really well. I'm trying to keep up this hot streak. I've been trading really, really well recently. I think we'd all agree with that. I'm not really trying to scale up at this time. I'm actually scaling down. As you guys know, I reduced my size to 1,500 shares max on equities recently because I really need to tighten in those red days and my risk, because I haven't had those blow up red days yet of like minus 2,000, minus 3,000, and I'm not necessarily scared for it to happen, but I know it's coming at some point, or at least I don't know, because there's been days that could have turned into that in the past month, and I've controlled it. So maybe I am improving. I guess I'm clearly improving. So I think we're just going to keep up with that. We're going to keep doing all this. Feel free, guys, to join the Discord. Like I said, we had a chat this morning pre-market. There was like 10 of us in here. We were talking. We're constantly talking about our trades. People are posting charts. It's a good time. I'm not trying to sell anything. The only thing I ask is that you subscribe. That's all I ever say, right? Is please subscribe. I'm trying to get more subs, and I'm trying to maybe make some more money on YouTube. I just think that's super cool, right? I'm just being completely honest. That's, sure, that's how I make money off of you guys, is my videos, but I'm not selling any courses. I'm not doing any crazy shit like that. So with that, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.